Hey there, this is James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems and BikeJames.com, and today I want to share some exercises that are really good for fixing your body position on the bike. And basically, for a good body position on the bike, you need to have command of what's known as your hip hinge movement pattern. You need to be able to hinge at your hip and not at your lower back. And so what this is going to do for you on the bike, this is going to get your butt back while getting your chest down. So this is good balanced body position. You've got your center of gravity back so that you don't feel like you're going to get pitched over the handlebars, but you've got enough weight on your front end from your chest being down to be able to dig in and weight that front wheel so that you can steer properly. And so these exercises will help give you command of that basic movement pattern back so that you have an easier time applying it to your bike. It's going to be really tough to figure it out on your bike if you don't own it off of your bike. So this is kind of a progression of exercises to help give you an idea of how to do that. So the first one is a ball popper. I'm not really sure this is the technical name for it, but what you're going to do is start with a Swiss ball behind you on the wall. And then what you're going to do is try and pop the ball between your butt and the wall. So you can see the only way that you can do this is to drive your hips back. If you squat down, there's not going to be any popping, you're not going to feel any pressure happening. This is not a lot of movement going on. What you should feel here is your core getting tight, some tension here in the hips. Feel yourself hinging from this hip joint right here as opposed to rounding at the lower back and just bending the knees and ankles. So once you've got that feeling down, once you feel like you can apply some good pressure into that wall, then you've got an idea of how to drive this movement from the hips. So then you can start incorporating some touch the wall deadlifts. For this, you're going to turn around and face the wall, and you want to get that same sensation. Pretend that ball is behind you, and you're going to try to pop that ball, but this time you're going to be able to come down. You're going to be able to touch the wall and then come back up to the top. Drive that butt back like you're trying to pop that ball, and then back up. You'll see I'm letting my butt back and my chest come down. For a lot of us, it's this chest coming down thing that you're going to have to really work on. We just develop a movement strategy to keep our chest upright, and so you're going to do something like this. You're not going to get any closer to that wall unless you really hinge and let your chest come down while your butt's going back. So really important. If you don't get that down, you're going to end up riding on your bike like this a lot instead of being able to get down like that. So once you've got command of that touch the wall deadlift, you're able to keep your feet balanced. You don't want to feel like you're coming forward on your toes and reaching for the wall. You should feel like you're pushing your butt back and feel your hips loading. That wall is just giving you a little feedback. If you're not getting closer to it, you're dropping straight down as opposed to hinging forward. So once you've got that down, you can advance to doing a deadlift. And I really like learning these with kettlebells. It's just an easy way to learn this movement. You want to start with the kettlebell between your feet. Again, you should feel like you're doing your touch the wall deadlift. Like, act like you're going to pop that ball behind your butt, like you're doing a touch the wall deadlift. Find your kettlebell. Now, what you want to do before you start, one, your shoulders should be tucked back and down away from your ears. You're going to sit back into your hips a little bit. If I let go of this kettlebell, I feel like I'd fall backwards, okay? I've weighted my hips. So you get a little bit of pressure on your fingertips. You get some pressure in your hips. So this isn't squatting down. You got to watch that. It's pushing that butt back a little bit more. Do not stand up until you feel that tension in your hips. And then you're going to drive your heels into the ground. Pretend like you're going to try to dent the floor with your heels. And when you get to the top, you want to be squeezing your thighs together. And you're going to drive that butt back down. Sit back in the hips. Dent the floor with your heels at the top. You're going to squeeze those thighs together. Pretend you got a lemon between your thighs. You're going to make that lemonade at the top. And then push that butt back and repeat. So that's your deadlift. You should feel just like your touch the wall deadlift. You should feel no pressure in the lower back. You should feel the tension in the hips. It should be a real smooth, fluid movement. Once you've got your deadlift down, you can take that into a swing. So a real easy way to learn a swing after you've gotten your basic deadlift down is to get the kettlebell up, just break the floor, and then you're going to hike the kettlebell back and then relax your arms. When you do that hike, think about trying to slam your wrists into your crotch right here. So you're going to hike and relax, hike and relax, hike, and relax. Once you've got that feeling down, you're gonna hike, and then you're gonna do a deadlift, real dynamic deadlift. Drive the heels, squeeze those thighs together. You're gonna come up to the top. That momentum is gonna swing the kettlebell up, and then you catch the kettlebell with your hips on the way back down. So hike, relax, hike, relax, hike, boom, and catch. Hike, boom, and catch. Hike, boom. Once you've got that down, you can just come right into your swing. So, but as you can see, the swing is built on the deadlift, which is built on the touch the wall deadlift, which is built on that ball popper. So if you can't do that first move right there, feel like you're gonna pop that ball between your butt and the wall, then you don't have the fundamentals for this movement pattern to move on to the next level. So anyway, so that's a good way to help see where you're at with your command of this movement pattern, and also a good way to work on getting better at it. So, you know, just go as far into this progression as you have good, strong command of, and don't feel like you need to rush to that next level, you know, just because. So anyways, so this has been James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this. It should give you a good blueprint for how to fix your basic movement and body position on your bike, which is going to go a long way to helping you ride faster, longer, with more confidence on the trail. You guys can check me out on the web at bikejames.com. I'll talk to you guys in my next tip.